was 150 years ago. That's where it is today. It was pretty dead. See this cusp of trees all by itself here in the center? Follow the trees to the top of the trees, hug the ground, and you'll see a long silver thing out there, almost directly below those buildings in the distance. You may have to look up to catch it with your peripheral vision. It's a stock tank. Can you guys see it? Between that stock tank and that cusp of trees was the south end of the village that was established here at Sand Creek. That village kind of begins there and then moves up 4¾ of a mile, staying on the north side of the creek. About 150 lodges, somewhere between 700 and 750 people, mainly Southern Cheyenne. Now, the long version is the first to arrive were the Arapaho under Little Raven. He sets up here in the bend, off towards the south. Why? Well, that puts him closest to these springs. Remember the freshwater springs? This is playa country surrounding you. Playa country is, think of a dimple on a cheek. It's a lot of little indentations where your sweet grasses grow. And when the Arapaho come and set up, they bring with them about 400 to 500 horses. Somewhere around there. I'm probably mistaken in that, but you get the idea. It's a lot of horses. Where are the horses? They're all around you. They're not tethered. They're not hobbled. They're not corralled, because the Army has promised them protection, and the Army is keeping its word. So they're turned out to graze. Well, then several days later, the Cheyenne come in and they set up on top of the Arapaho from that location that I told you further out. They bring all their horses. Got a problem here? You got a couple of thousand horses in lands that just can't feed all these horses. I said the Army is keeping its word. It's bringing in deliveries of food, or actually they're going and getting deliveries of food. But you have too many people for the Cheyenne and Arapaho to both be able to live here and not deplete the area of the resources. This is the latest thinking of why Little Raven packs up his people and they continue down the Lodgepole Trail and camp several miles east of Fort Lyon in the Big Timbers. And that's where things pretty much sit until November 28th. On the night of the 27th, Shivington, he has activated the 3rd, and he has marched the 3rd down to an area today called Boone, Colorado. Back then it's called Camp Fillmore.